San Diego 2009. What is it about newfound freedom that gives you such boundless energy? Abby, Emma, and I ran down the dorm stairs across the lawn to orientation. Dozens of freshmen stood around making awkward small talk, sizing each other up. Man, there were a lot of hot guys at this school. Nope, no, I was in love with my high school sweetheart. Look at all the hotties, Emma said, shifting her black sunglasses down her nose. Too bad you're taken, Spence, Abby snorted. More for us. Spence. They already had a nickname for me. Spence felt so much more mature than Spency, like they called me in high school. And now it belonged to these people, my people. Hello, freshmen. Welcome to the University of San Diego. The next 4 years will be unforgettable. We are so lucky to have you here on our beautiful campus. Congratulations. A tall sophomore boy in a light blue shirt and dark rimmed glasses holding a clipboard said. We all cheered in excitement. I want everyone to walk up to someone you don't already know and introduce yourself. These are your new classmates and your new friends. We want to make sure everyone feels included, he continued. I turned away from my 2 new friends and into the sea of strangers. The boy in front of me and I made eye contact, and he immediately averted his eyes. He had a sweet shyness written all over those light brown eyes. He emitted the energy of a little boy, but his great height and a few chin hairs hinted at his blossoming manhood. He reminded me of a puppy afraid to go up the stairs. I couldn't help but want to cheer him on. I'm Dylan, he said through an awkward laugh as he put out his hand to shake mine. I shook it firmly and used my serious voice to disarm him. I'm Spencer Stone. Whoa, what a name, Dylan said, pulling his hand back and nervously pinching his upper arm. Yeah, my parents don't mess around, I said truthfully. What dorm are you in? Dylan asked. Ma, are you? Same, Dylan said, a little too excited, and I couldn't help but smile. Okay, now introduce yourself to someone else, the sophomore said into the megaphone. Nice meeting you, Spencer. You too, Dylan. I turned and saw Abby flirting with a gorgeous guy who looked as dumb as a rock. A girl with an intense resting bitch face turned to me and we spoke through forced smiles. Deja vu of high school swirled through me. This went on for 30 minutes and I realized how lucky I was to live next to Emma and Abby. I met a lot of interesting people, but they were my favorites by a long shot. I also realized how lucky we were to be in Maher. It was smack dab in the middle of the campus and felt like the place to be. I started imagining all the trouble we'd get into and wondered if everyone else was as excited as I was. The 3 of us started walking back to our rooms when a guy who looked 21 and made of pure muscle put his arms around Emma and me. You guys ready for night 1? We're going to throw a little hangout in our dorm if you want to join, he said confidently. Spence, this guy with his arm around you, his name is Kyle. Kyle, this is Spencer, Emma said. Sup, Spence, you coming tonight? Kyle asked. I can't. I have plans, I smirked. Whoa, Miss Popular. What could you possibly have planned for your first night of college that's better than getting drunk with your new dormies? Kyle took his arm off Emma and began shaking my shoulders teasingly. Emma and Abby looked at me making kissy noises because I'd told them tonight was Marshall's and my first adult sleepover. The 3 of us burst into laughter. Wait, what did I miss? Kyle asked, confused. None of your business, Kyle. I bit my lip trying to hide my excitement. Losing my virginity. That's what.